It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back, ending the week very interesting.
Ending the week on a Tuesday. I feel like we're ready for 4th of July. Look,
Nothing
our
happens
flags
tomorrow.
up. Nothing. Why was nothing happening tomorrow?
What's going to happen tomorrow?
We got a lot happening tomorrow. We got Faith Stories. We've got our midday show. We've got what
Faith
would
Stories
you,
coming in?
Of course. What would you do on Wednesday? We've got Beach Jam Media. We got a full Wednesday. Your Wednesday night is not, but everything else in the cafe is full day. Sorry. Are you coming to work?
No.
I am.
I'm coming in a bathing suit
Oh, no.
with a rubber ducky.
No.
I'm going to bring in a flotilla so that we can fill it with water. I'm going to put it right there.
We could go out for lunch.
No.
We could order in lunch.
Why is it with you always just go to lunch? You got all these people coming here. You can't go to lunch.
I know.
I'm just going to bring in a tub. First of all, Face Story, they could do that whole, what is that, baptism thing?
Ever notice always about water?
With you, food.
With
Ain't.
me? I know.
Food ain't. Because
I feel like
you,
that's the mom thing
if
about
you would
feeding
bring
them.
interesting food, it would be good. But you bring in like hot dog carrots.
Was that not terrific? Aiden's still talking about it.
Did you hear about the carrots?
Oh, my
You
gosh.
turn them into hot dogs. And they taste just like hot dogs. Oh, wow. It was an amazing.
Marinated in aminos and seasoning and what was it called? Liquid smoke and all of these different seasonings. Marinate overnight. It's literally a carrot. It makes me think of that commercial, the bent carrot commercial. But anyway, really a carrot that by the time she puts it on the bun and you can eat it like a hot dog. You put ketchup, mustard, she had onions on it. You almost would never know. They were shocked. It was a carrot.
It was shocking.
Amazing.
And it tastes just like a hot dog. And you know you're eating a carrot, you know? And you're like, what is this?
It was I don't even eat carrots a lot, but it was really good.
Well, I just found a new way of eating them. The only thing is you have to soak them overnight.
You gotta boil them and then marinate them in seasoning overnight, which
Nathan,
isn't such
did
a
you
big
try
deal. He didn't get them. She ran out of hot dogs.
You're kidding. There was an extra piece.
Aiden had the second piece.
Aiden
They
ate
liked it
hot
so much. I had
dogs.
a second piece.
Wow. We have to do them. Do you remember the recipe? It's very complicated.
Steve wrote it down actually.
We should try it.
Today is
Do
National
a
I Forgot
carrot
Day.
hot dog day tomorrow.
So tomorrow we got to figure out what we're going to do. We should do some sort of 4th of July celebration.
Let's buy 50 hot carrots.
That means I got to cook them. You going to cook them?
No, we have everybody. You have all these people coming in. Let them do it.
They have to cook overnight. They have to marinate overnight.
So we'll marinate them. You want to cook them?
I told you. Casey's
can't
going to
just
start.
boil 'em.
Casey's making some, I think she's making fudge today, getting ready for tomorrow. So we're going to get ready for that in our second.
Don't do that because she's going to run to the
Our
microwave to
second set,
turn
she's
it
going to
on.
make some fudge. You know, when Baxton's away, everyone's still like, well, they need food. We're missing the food segment.
Baxton's away. You see
So
the
there's no
picture he
food.
sends? He thinks he's Clint Eastwood.
Oh my gosh.
Something's changing. Did you see it? Looks like Clint Eastwood.
But I'm excited. We've got a good show lined up for you today. We've got Laura DiBello. I'm going to find out how Italy was.
I know. I can't stand her.
When was
went
the
to
last time
Italy.
you were there?
Me? Oh my God. Let me see. 60 minus about 40 years ago.
I've never been.
She goes every week.
My brother did a semester there, and I remembered my parents were having a whole big goodbye party. My brother was studying abroad in Italy because he was in architecture school. So they go, meet us at the airport. I'm like, okay. Here's my Uber driver story. Alitalia. I didn't know it started with an A. So I'm looping the Miami airport. So this is back in the 80s, right, when you could actually loop
What
the
did you
Miami
call
airport. Alitalia,
What is that?
Air Italia.
Italian airline before
I
it was
thought-
ITA.
Yeah. I didn't
I
know it
thought
started
Air
with an A.
Italian. This is
So-
not Italia?
There was back in the 80s, I guess. So I'm driving, they go, meet us here. I'm driving. I can't find it. How can you not find it? I don't see it. It's an entire terminal. I do not see it. I never made it because I didn't know it started with an A. It made sense to me. It
You
started
never
with an
went to
I.
Italy because you couldn't find the airport?
I couldn't find the airport to say goodbye to my brother who went to Italy on the airline that I didn't know. This is me being the Uber driver. So that is my experience.
So you never went to the airport?
I never got to the airport.
Wrong vowel.
Wrong, bio vowel. So since then, anyone else who flies into Miami Airport, I'm like, Uber, take a taxi. Miami airports and I
So
are
are
not
you
a thing.
allergic to the letter A at the airport?
I didn't know. And
The
you know,
airport starts with an A.
well, my parents, they talk like they're from New York. So they certainly couldn't pronounce the A.
So what do they pronounce?
I don't know. It's
I-Italia?
like an I Italia.
I
It was
Italian.
not,
With
it
an
was
I.
an A.
I Italian. She says, but it don't have an I. It's like elephant has an F.
And I just kept driving.
New York, it would be like all Italia.
That's what I thought it was, all Italian.
So I just kept driving.
That's
and
not
driving
true? It's
and
not all
driving.
Italian? Wow. I thought it was all Italian. Wow.
Anyway,
So you didn't go because of
I
that?
never got there because I never found the
You
terminal.
never got to say goodbye. You didn't go to the,
I just never
Italy
found the terminal. So I'm a big proponent now of not driving to the airport.
airport. Yeah, I-port. Go to the
The
I-port.
airport, not the airport. So there's another story for you on Dawn's Uber driving.
Wow, that's
creation.
amazing.
I know.
And I can't believe you're telling the
And
world
yet,
that story.
because it made me laugh talking about Italy. I never even made it to the terminal, let alone to Italy. But I
Now-
think it's amazing.
Now, where do you land in Italy when you go?
There are
Rome?
options depending on where you're going in Italy.
Just grab that mic.
Yeah.
And when you flew in, what
I'm
option did
flying
you
to
pick?
Zurich in Switzerland.
Well, Zurich is not Italy,
I know, but it's just across the border.
is it?
Yeah.
Isn't Zurich like Switzerland, like
It is
north?
Switzerland, but Italy borders Switzerland.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So one of the days that I spoke with you, I was in Como, next to Lake Como, which is just a 45-minute train ride up into Lugano, Switzerland. But there's not a direct flight now from Miami into
Rome?
Milan, so you have to land in other places.
What about Rome?
You could fly into Rome,
How far is Milan from Rome?
a few hours.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I
It's a
won't
big
do that.
country. It's a long country.
And Milan doesn't have an airport?
Sure, it has an airport. I'm just saying you can't. Before COVID, you could fly direct from Miami into Milan, and right now you can't fly direct. So
Really?
we go other places first.
I
Yeah.
just think it's amazing that you can be in Switzerland and fly in and go over the border and let's go to Italy. You guys darkened everything instead of lightened everything. Now we look like we're in the shadows.
Right.
The nice part about going to Europe is that all the countries, how many languages do you speak?
Do I speak? Well, I don't speak them fluently, but
Yeah, but how many do you?
Italian,
Yeah.
little French, little Spanish.
That is what I found so cool. So
Yeah.
when you stay at a hotel, one of those little cutie things, and they're having breakfast, everybody talks to you and they say, what language would you like me to speak
Right.
to you?
Aiden, let's lighten that up one, and let's put a light on Laura.
And we had fun.
going.
We have fun like in Spain and in Portugal, and then you go through France, and you go through Italy. There's all sorts of things that you can do. What part of the trip did you enjoy the best?
Well, I have a daughter that lives in Florence, so she took the train up and we met in Milan. And I haven't spent a lot of time in Milan in many years, so that was a lot of fun. I mean, there are a lot of historic, beautiful things to see, like the cathedral there, and a big outdoor, plaza, and these are all kind of very pre-war, structures that have been restored, and just the artisanship, and the architecture is enough to keep you busy for months, We spent a few days there. That was a highlight, and then we went up to the lakes region, so we were in Como. We spent some time in the city of Como, which is down at the south part of the island. I mean, the lake, rather. And then we took the train up to Switzerland. And
Are the
Yeah.
people different in the towns in Italy, like in the United
I think
States?
so.
New York is different from Florida.
well, even in Florida, people, I think there's I'll call them cultural differences, from Jacksonville to Miami, right? Depending on, you know, the communities, and, you know, I can definitely like sense a difference. In Italy, that's very much true and pronounced in the various dialects that exist, you know?
Really?
Oh my gosh. You can tell if someone's from Naples or someone's from where my family's from, Puglia, or
Really?
up north. Sure.
Have you been to Sicily?
Many times.
People down there a little bit different?
Well, are the people different? I mean, it's
The culture is different.
The culture's different. The food is different because of the various influences of, you know, other countries that took or conquered, you know, the island. And the north as opposed to the south is different. But it was Sicilian actually predates Italian as a language. And people would often refer to, you know, Sicilian as a dialect, but it's an actual language. There are books written about it. And it was just recently recognized as a language. And it will even be on Google Translate. You'll be able to translate things
That particular dialect.
Oh, that's fantastic.
But do you
From
talk
which-
Sicilianish?
From which part? Do you know where your family's from?
No idea. I saw my whole family's from Sicily.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it's a beautiful culture, amazing food, amazing architecture.
It makes you think, why do I live in the United States, right?
Exactly. A lot of
Why don't
people.
why don't I live in Italy?
A lot of people think to move there.
Now,
A
were
lot
you,
of people do retire there.
After
you
yesterday, I
born-
think we should all move to Italy.
I was
you were
born
born here,
Yeah.
but you go back and forth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotcha. When I went to Greece, every day was another adventure. It's like
Yeah.
that town doesn't run out of places to go see. It was
Right.
craziness.
That is so amazing.
Now, do they still have the Papal States, that corridor, where the Pope runs
you mean
the
in
town?
Rome?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Rome? I thought it was Rome and a few other cities.
Oh, Papal States.
Yeah, where the Pope runs the whole gamut.
I'm not sure. Apart from Vatican City, I'm
Yeah.
not sure about that.
And Vatican City is another
Right.
interesting aspect. If I was ever going to go, like you go to Israel, I would go to the Vatican City. I have to go one time. Don't know when.
Oh, you have to go.
I was told by a fortune teller when I was 26 that I was going to retire in Italy.
Oh.
You know the
How
problem
nice.
with that? When they tell you that, it's always in the back of your mind,
Right.
right?
I
So it's
forgot
kind of
all
like
about it until I saw
a
her.
self-fulfilling prophecy is if you decide to, you do. If you don't, you don't.
If it wasn't for the skirmishes, because the Europeans can't get along with one another, if it wasn't for all the skirmishes and the way they get all high-headed and everything else.
Why? We
probably
don't get
would've
along
gone.
with each other in America either.
Yeah, I know, but it's a different kind of, I understand, running in the Bronx. Can't run in Italy.
Oh, sure you can.
Right,
I think you're much,
they're
well,
better-
we
they're
won't
better
go into that.
They have better target,
Like running with the
No.
bull.
Oh.
yeah, running with the bull.
There are
I-
a lot of benefits to retiring in Italy.
It's gotta
a
be,
lot.
and it's just beautiful.
My son argues with me, Gio, because I told him about the dual citizenship and the property and all that. So his wife, she comes from Italy.
Okay?
She was born in Italy. She's a dual citizen.
She was?
Yeah. She has property in Italy, the whole 9 yards. So she did not know that my father's side was on the Italian side. And I said to her, I don't know if it was my grandfather or my great-great-grandfather that came from Italy.
Huh.
So Gio says, well, if it wasn't grandpa, because he knew grandpa, you can't do that. I says, you don't know that.
You
What do
can.
you know?
You can go 2 or 3 three, I think, or more generations back.
She told him, if your father's family's name can be proven to be in Italy, which it can,
Yeah.
I could do it. I even showed it to you on Google.
Yeah.
It's there. I can.
Yes.
So I said to him, how do you like me now?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't do that. Everything with him is I can't. What do you mean I can't? Watch me. So if I go to Italy, it may be 1 hour. I'm just gonna stay like a 1-week trip.
Have you been before to Italy?
I went for a cup of coffee. I went to Rome for a cup of coffee.
Was it
literally,
a stopover?
A stopover.
Oh my gosh,
A
you have to
stopover.
go back.
And I loved it. And
Yeah.
the people were
Yeah.
unbelievable. It's like in Greece. Do you know, I went to Greece and they put me in their house to have dinner,
Yeah.
strangers. They did the same thing in Italy. Well, come have, because I kept saying spaghetti. This is the best spaghetti in the world. Oh, come to my house. I show you the best spaghetti.
My son and his wife said Lake Como is the most beautiful place
Yeah.
ever, ever, ever. They would go back there in a heartbeat, live there, move there.
How come you didn't go?
It was their honeymoon, one of their honeymoons.
So what?
The
Honeymoon,
lakes
mini moon.
are beautiful.
So they said absolutely spectacular.
Surreal.
Amazing.
And the people.
You want to go so
I
badly?
thought you went once. Where's your microphone? I thought you went once.
When?
I don't know. You, God only knows. But I thought you had gone with your parents to Italy. Oh, no, you know who it is? It isn't you. It's not you. It's the other producer. She's
Abby, I
there
think
now.
she's
Abby's
still there.
there. She's sending pictures back.
I think she's still there.
That's right. It wasn't you. It was Abby.
Where
Abby's
is she?
in somewhere in
When I
Italy.
tell you, probably 7 people I know, including my roommate, are just in Italy.
Now?
Yeah,
We
just
used
to
to
go.
have friends in Japan.
Japan and Italy, apparently
summer.
the dollar.
I
in Italy
can't
is,
take it anymore.
doing well.
I want to go.
You want to go? All right, we're going to take a commercial break. More to come on the other side of this break. We've got Helen Archer joining us today. We'll see how the stars are falling in alignment. We've got Antonio Racinos joining us, and I believe this is who Baxter met at a networking event. So we're going to talk to him.
And we
about
have,
what he does as
we're going to
as
talk
an
about
attorney.
cell phone usage.
cell phone usage.
Did
we
you
talked
know,
with
did you know that you cannot hold your cell phone even to do Google Maps is against the law, and they can give you a ticket.
him. Interesting.
I didn't know that.
That's what the screen is for now.
Yes, but some people have old cars and that doesn't happen.
Exactly.
You're not allowed to use your phone no matter how old your car is. You see it, they pull you over.
That's why I bought it in my last car. It was like $500. I'm thinking
Yep.
about doing it again, but
But it gives them probable cause to check you out. So just remember that for the 4th of July, you're not supposed to be holding your cell phone while driving. That's nuts.
All right, let's take a break. Follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Like and subscribe to get all of our exclusive behind-the-scenes content on Amp Media Productions and the Cafe. Come on in, join the conversation, be part of our live studio audience, and hey, come celebrate the 4th with us tomorrow. Maybe we'll do carrot dogs again. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Or Pizzerica Wednesday, probably more like it. More to come. We'll be right back.
Do you have an idea for a show or a podcast? Do you want the opportunity to be on TV? Amp Media Productions is partnered with True Oldies Real Radio Station and powered by many online platforms such as Roku, Facebook, YouTube, and even Amazon Fire to help amplify your impact. Do you want your voice to reach a wide audience? Call us today at 866-224-5422.
Amp Media Productions is excited to announce our expansion into North Miami. With our experienced team of radio and TV professionals, we are dedicated to bringing North Miami the highest quality audio and visual production services. Whether you need radio or television commercials, podcasts, music videos, or audio and visual storytelling, we can provide the solutions to help you reach your goals. Our team is reliable, innovative, and creative, and we're ready to help you develop the perfect product. With our competitive rates and personalized service, you can trust that your project is in the best hands. Contact us today to get started on your project. 866-224-5422.
Looking for art to add to your collection? Well, look no further. Here at Amp Media Studios, we house tons of art, ranging from abstract paintings to realistic portraits. Come on in and find the art that fits your home. Any and all art is up for sale, so pick yours up today. Stop by at 2400 Northwest 2nd Avenue, Boca Raton, Florida 33431. See you there!
Being a successful woman in business means having the courage to own who you are. We understand the challenges faced by women, and we are here to help. Our team is here to develop the best strategy designed just for you. Your path is unique, and with the right tools, you can accomplish your dream. From radio to TV, from podcasting to magazines, We create the visibility to amplify your impact in business. At New Dawn Media, we are here to help bring your message forward and help your business flourish. It is time for your message to be seen and your voice to be heard. Contact us at 866-224-5422 or brooklyncafe.tv. Your voice can make a difference.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Pizza Rica, tasty rich and pizza at 2001 Northwest Boca Raton Boulevard or contact 561-826-8663.
Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella. Give me the mozzarella.
Have you filed for disability benefits but were denied by the Social Security Administration? Or do you need to apply for benefits and are overwhelmed with paperwork? Are you between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury? Thousands of hardworking Americans are in your situation. They file for disability benefits every month and are unnecessarily denied their much-needed benefit check. Call now for a no-obligation, free evaluation. We can help you nearly double your chances of approval and get your benefit checks faster. We understand the physical, emotional, and financial impact and will share our insider expertise. There is a time limit to apply. We're here to help you get your disability claim filed and paid as soon as possible. Please, time is limited. So, if you are between the ages of 50 to 63 and can no longer work because of an illness or injury, call right now and let us help you file your disability claim with the Social Security Administration.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And welcome back.
Sometimes I feel like so many things in the studio are held together by super glue, including the easels, the bell, the picture frame, me sometimes. We've got a new segment that we're going to talk about. Actually, it's a continuing segment with, I guess Helga and Lauren are going to do it together, but I know Helga, this has been her platform for Mrs. International, which is happening in a couple weeks now in July. So I'm going to let Helga, I'm going to toss it over to Helga and Lauren to talk about cell phone and gadget addiction.
Hi, everyone. My name is Helga, and this is Lauren.
Hello.
Yes, as a part of my participation in national competition, I have my platform Unlock You, which has turned out to be a really nice segment here. I'm talking about awareness for cell phone and gadget addiction. It's very important nowadays. It's actually crucial to talk about that cause because as a statistic shows that today we have 6.8 billion smartphone users worldwide, and 57% of Americans admit to cell phone and gadget addiction. Also, kids spend a lot of hours, like 2/3 of kids spend more than 4 hours daily on the gadgets, and 71% of Americans, adults, spend more time on their phone than with the partners, which is really, really sad statistics. And another really important negative effect of smartphone usage is car accidents. Cell phones cause over 20% of the car accidents. So I think it is very important, and my mission is to foster healthy relationship within technology and promote healthier mental well-being and improve quality of life in the digital age. So I have Lauren here. She's going to help me. I will interview her and everyone here in the studio to better understand what is our usage of the cell phones. Lauren, can you tell me how often do you use your cell phone daily?
More than I like to admit. It's attached to my hip always.
Oh, I see. Is it more than 1 hour?
It's probably like 7 or 8 hours.
Oh, wow. It's like half of the day.
Well, I use it here at work, and then I just moved here from Virginia, so I'm normally on the phone with either friends or family, like driving places, especially since I don't know the area that well. I'm always looking stuff up on where to go or what to do. So I spend a good amount of time on my phone.
All right. How about you guys? How many hours do you spend on your phone?
Well, business-wise, we're on it constantly all day.
So it's all related to the work.
Well, no, it sort of blends.
Everything I do on it is work-related. It's either emails or texting.
That's not true. Her daughter's constantly talking to her on the phone.
No, it's not until night when I talk to her on the phone, but probably 95% of me on my phone is work-related.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know about you.
I'm going to say maybe 40-60.
40 work,
Work-related.
60 personal for you?
Yeah.
Really? You got a big personal life then.
Well, there's a lot of people that call in here. And people call me for the strangest things. I mean, I gotta answer it, yes, to do what I gotta do.
Way too much. So much so that I get anxiety to see what's on the other side of the text. And it's constant. I think it's like FOMO. And I scroll, and there's really nothing good when I'm scrolling. But I was talking to a girlfriend the other night at dinner, and she says to me, she can't scroll anymore because it makes her eyes go funky, and then the anxiety is so terrible, but yet we continue to do it.
Yeah.
Is watching sports on your phone considered an addiction?
No, it's not. Well, you know
Then I'm good.
No, you're good.
I watch the Mets every night. I watch the Jets, the Mets, the Knicks, the Rangers every night.
You're totally addicted to your phone.
No, she says it's not.
No, I said watching the sport on the phone it's not addiction. The addiction when you can't leave the home without your phone, or you spend a lot of hours just checking social media, all notifications, and
Guilty.
Guilty.
Yes.
Okay, let me ask you. Do you feel that using the cell phones affect your productivity?
Negative or positive?
Well,
It's just both.
It's both?
Positive, because I can check my emails and do things here versus having to be back at the computer, so I'm constantly there. But the negative is I'm constantly checking my emails, so it interferes sometimes with my focus on if I'm having a conversation. You know, the other thing that makes me crazy is when I see people check their watch all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Just me watching everyone look at their watch gives me anxiety.
Do you feel like your personal life and work, professional life merge, and it's taking like you're addicted to the phone, checking it like to make sure you got an email, like reply for whatever email you sent earlier, or do you feel like you're addicted to that?
All the time.
Do you feel there's an etiquette, and I'm reversing the table on you, on when you should, how quickly you should return a text versus an email? Is there like a time return etiquette?
I think it depends on the hours. Like, you know, I've been reading like a lot of articles, like some people, they wake up, they brush the teeth, they do like some exercises, they never check their emails or phones until they get breakfast, and then they're ready for the day, and nothing interrupts their morning routine, which I think is really, really good idea, because like I know my dad wakes up sometimes and he checks the phone, make sure he received the email. But he gotta separate personal life and the work, I believe, and we all need to do that because it's affect our productivity for the day. Do you have anything to add?
I would say it is positive in a way that, like, well, with the etiquette thing, there's definitely an etiquette, especially, I mean, I'm in school, and so if I, like, if at least I noticed it on my end, where it's like if I email a professor and they don't get back to me within 24 to 48 hours, I'm upset, because I'm like, I've given you notice, and I want like a little bit of return on that notice. But I don't think personal life wise there's much pressure when it comes to like me returning stuff. Like my friends will text me and I'll be busy and I won't text them back for 8 hours. And then I'll just be like, oh, sorry. Like, I got busy. Life got involved.
Well, you don't have to reply right away. You have your personal life. You have to take care of yourself first. And let me ask you a question. Do you check your cell phone during the meals?
If I'm eating with other people,
yeah,
I try not to.
How about you guys? Do you check your cell phone at the restaurants or when you with the family having a meal?
When I order, you know what I do? Because I got screamed at for doing this. I was so guilty. So I don't do that now. What I do is I wait to see who pops out the phone first. So if we're eating and you pop your phone out, that's carte blanche for me to pop mine. So I put it away and I wait. Because I have patience. I got a lot of patience. That's what I do now. If they don't pick up a phone, I can't do it.
I know that when my dad works basically 24/7. He has a work phone. Everybody's always calling him. So when we go out to like family dinners and he's on his phone, there have been times where I've been like, we're out. It's only going to be 2 hours. Put your phone down.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like, we're going to be. So I would say no, especially when I'm out with friends or my family. I don't check my phone unless it's like I'm getting a call from my mom.
I see.
But I
like
try
an
to.
Emergency.
Yeah, like an emergency. Like, I try my bestest, like, when I'm with other people to not be like doom scrolling on my phone.
Okay, another question. Do you keep your cell phone next to your bed when you go to bed or when you wake up? Where is your phone located?
Yes, but only because I have such anxiety about not waking up for alarms.
Okay, so you put an alarm on your cell phone?
Yeah, I have an alarm on my cell phone because I am constantly, like, I played volleyball for 8 years, so I was constantly in new places. So, like, whether it was traveling for a tournament or, like, when I moved to college, like, you change rooms. There's, like, times where I spend nights at my friend's room where they would come over to mine. So it's just easier to have an alarm clock because I know if I have to wake up at 8, I can also set an alarm for 8:05 and for 8:10 and for 8:15. So there's no chance I'm missing getting up unless it's my fault and I'm snoozing.
So what about you guys? Do you keep cell phone next to your bed?
I use it as my alarm.
As alarm?
I don't. I wake up automatically. I keep it in the bathroom and I do it on purpose. Because if I don't take it away from me, I'm like a kid. I'll be on it all night. And there's always something that I have to get done. You ever say, you know, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do? So I turn it off. Got to turn your phone off and put it in the bathroom. You have to recharge the phone every night, Jill says. You got to tell me, turn it off. And I keep it away. Because if not, watch out. You know, the first thing I do in the morning is I read the news, which there must be something wrong with me.
Is it a newspaper or it is on your phone?
On my phone.
Oh, okay.
That's depressing.
That can be stressful, I think. When everyone was speaking about what causes them anxiety in relationship to the phone, I think that I'm trying now because I've become aware of it. I used to be a news junkie, so the first thing I do when I wake up is, you know, what's happening in the world, and that's the first information that your brain is like ingesting even before coffee, before breakfast.
Anything.
And I don't think that's healthy at all. I think that is
But let me ask you this.
anxiety provoking.
There's something going on right now that is affecting a major deal. And Biden not showing up for that debate has put the deal in jeopardy. So I'm looking for any niche. I'm looking for any opening. I'm looking for a positive sign that I can make a phone call today, say, okay, the tide is changing, let's go. It was all sealed and delivered. Sealed and delivered. And I talked to Jay about it. And
Yeah, but
talked
you,
to Josh about
at 7 o'clock in the morning versus
6.
8:30, is it going to change the outcome? Are you going to text this
No,
other?
I said the first thing I do is read the phone at 6.
Right. So is it going to change whether you read it at 6 or 7:30 or 8?
It does.
Why?
Because it changes my mental approach as to how I'm, you know, by the time I'm coming here, I'm working on tomorrow. I'm already done with today. I already know what's going to work out 50 positive, 50 this way. I already know it.
Interesting.
Because I have to know where I'm going before. My feet have to know what direction I'm going to head. And this whole thing has me up in arms because you know what it is? When they offer you something and they say, here, and then it goes like that, and they take it off the table, man. And there's just been so many stories in my life this way, but this one really hurts because it was there. We got to go. The contracts are all ready to sign it because of somebody else. You want to talk about anxiety? That's anxiety. And I was looking for.
So do you think you're addicted to your cell phone?
I am.
You are.
I am, but I say it. I say it. Can I leave my cell phone off and go on a weekend without it? Yes.
Okay.
I
That's
can.
good.
So I don't know
you
what
take the
you
breaks
call.
from your phone?
I don't, but I can.
Oh, so you never practice that?
No, because there's games and stuff I play on my phone. I play with. I call Baxton on the walkie-talkie thing. I think that's hilarious. I watch what you guys post. I think is hilarious. You got to understand that my stage in my life, I watch to see how you guys grow and go and do the things you say. This is what I was trying to tell Grace. I watch now. Back then, I didn't care about that. I just did. So the phone to me is like a line of communication to learn what's going on around me.
It's
Like
also a little bit different since all of us, at least in the studio, work in media. So like if I am helping Grace, our like media person in the office, like create ideas, I have to go and look at social media to see kind of what's trending, what's happening right now that people, especially like my age, are interested in. And then, you know, to create those ideas, you then have to stay on the same platform and take videos and like double check to make sure that they're perfect and like making sure that you're doing everything correctly. So all of us who work in media, our job is to know what's going on in media.
You have to be up to.
You have to be up to like in the know to like make sure that you're doing your job correctly. So
well, what I see that everything what you spend the time on your phone related to your school or work, but the personal stuff like when you have no project, no work. So how do you usually spend the time? Do you also scroll through social media, or you go to the beach?
The older I get, the less I enjoy like just randomly scrolling like through social media. It's not fun. I try not to do it. The only thing that I'll really use is Snapchat, but that's because like I'm talking with my friends on it as well because I can't be with them in person. But no, when I have like my off days from working here, I'm always doing something, whether it's like going to work with like, I work for another guy, just like to make a little bit of extra money, kind of my side hustle. But I go and I meet with him and I talk with him. And then other than that, I spend my time reading with my phone off and like not.
We gotta take a commercial break and come back. We gotta get to Casey. I think I've got Helen Archer coming in, and then more to come now. Okay, next segment. Awesome.
Now that you've revealed we are all
addicted to our
phone.
All right, more to come on the other side of this commercial break. Stay tuned. Give us a call. 888-994-4995, Studio A. We'll be right back.
Do you want the opportunity to have a TV show or podcast? Now, at Amp Media Productions, you can host your very own visual broadcast anywhere around the world. With our talented group of creators, we will provide you with show elements, board operations, and any on-screen visuals you'd like to showcase. All you must do is log onto your computer and communicate with your viewers. Contact Amp Media Productions at 866-224-5422 or email hello@amp2.tv to start your own show today.
Born in Marseille, France, Max Lazega creates whimsical and free-flowing interpretive art. His 40 years in the construction industry created the foundation for his craft. His unique work displays his view of the future with bold and playful combinations of materials and processes, but the methodology remains consistent. He fuses recycled materials and discarded building supplies into a fresh, well-executed approach. Lazega has lived in Miami, Florida most of his life, where he pursues his lifelong passion of creating industrial art. For more information, contact Max Lazega at artworkstudios.org or 786-326-8873.
Love the Brooklyn Cafe? Don't miss out on some of the latest merch we have available. Need a new shirt? The Brooklyn Cafe has you covered. We have a variety of shirts in all sizes, ranging from the classic cafe shirt to the highly coveted colorful hot dog shirt. Need something for cold weather? Why not grab one of our cafe hoodies? Or you can snuggle up with one of our soft silk touch fabric blankets. The Brooklyn Cafe has everything you need, from clothing about the show to our signature coffee blends and mugs. Get it while supplies last. Do you suffer from neuropathy? Maybe you do, and you don't even know it. Do you have numbness, pain, burning, or tingling in your hands and feet? Muscle weakness, loss of balance, muscle twitching? Are you not sleeping? Does it feel like pins and needles in your hands and feet? Maybe you don't even have any feeling at all. These symptoms can make life unbearable, but there is help at the Lighthouse Medical Center. Call 754-222-6642 for a no-charge consultation and say goodbye to your neuropathy symptoms. That is 754-222-6642, or visit us online at lighthousemedicalcenter.com.
Do you have diabetes? If you have insurance, you may qualify for a new continuous glucose monitor. With a CGM, you can continuously track your levels and trends, spend more time in range, significantly lower your A1C, and share important data with loved ones and caregivers. Most importantly, a CGM eliminates the one thing most people with diabetes hate: painful finger sticks. Take charge of your health. Order your new continuous glucose monitor today. If you use insulin and have seen your diabetes care provider within the last 6 months, you may qualify for a CGM today. We'll do all the insurance paperwork and deliver your new CGM at little or no out-of-pocket cost to you. Medicare and most insurances cover continuous glucose monitors, so don't wait. Have your insurance handy and call the CGM Health Hotline now.
Welcome to the Chocolate Spectrum, nestled in the heart of Jupiter, Florida, where every sweet indulgence tells a story of hope. Founded by Valerie Herskowitz for her son Blake, who is on the autism spectrum, the family-owned Artisan Chocolate Company has been spreading joy since 2013. Here, individuals with autism and other developmental disabilities are empowered with training and employment opportunities, which not only give them purpose, but also teach valuable skills. Support a greater cause with your exquisite treat by shopping in-store or online at shop.thechocolatespectrum.com, with shipping nationwide all year round, or call at 561-277-9886. The Chocolate Spectrum, where every bite makes a difference.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back.
We're back.
So
Amy, can
now
you
we-
mute that surround sound because
now
I'm
we
going
are
to fix the
all-
humming and buzzing.
Now we're all guilty
Of what?
of, I did that. I did the humming because I turned that speaker up. There's
Oh.
something wrong with the speaker. Anyway, we're all guilty of being addicted.
Addicted to our phones. So
And the more you say no, the more you are.
Always. So instead of that, we should eat some fudge. So we're going to kick this over for some 4th of July fudge.
Is that what
with
she's-
our
is
very
that what you're
own
making?
Casey.
Oh. How are you, Casey? What are you making?
All right, let's roll it.
I think that souffle ought to be done. Oh, it is done. It's perfect. It's just perfect. Look at that.
And there you go. She overcooked it.
She overcooked it too. What did you overcook?
So the trick is to overcook white chocolate a little bit so it has a little bit of a crunch, so that when you
Smells
have the bite
burnt.
in the fudge, it's a little crunch.
Did you burn
really
it?
good.
What?
Is it burnt?
No, it's not burnt. Do you see it? It's literally white chocolate.
All right, so what are we making?
So it's a white chocolate fudge, and like I said, I overcooked the white chocolate just a tad so it gives a little bit more of a crunch when you bite into the fudge. And this is condensed milk. So I'm going to pour this all in.
Holy smokes! What are you pouring it into?
The white chocolate that we just discussed.
That's just white chocolate?
He's been undiagnosed also, apparently.
It's just, I'm thinking, is there
It
something
is
more?
unidentified. Sweet condensed milk.
Is
'cause
there anything
I
else
just-
besides white chocolate?
The mind of Freddie.
All right. So you just mix it all in. And then I was thinking about putting this in a pan, but I think I can just put this in the fridge with just this and the lid by itself.
So it's condensed milk and white chocolate.
That's it.
No sugar, no spice, nothing nice.
Nope.
It's got plenty of sugar in it.
But some people put brown sugar.
Well, I was thinking about the cocoa powder, but
Thank you. I'm
we can't
just
use
trying
that,
to
actually.
evaluate more than 2 ingredients of this wonderful souffle you're making.
Why?
And they're it's a little bit crunchy.
And it's a little bit crunchy. How
So
do
is
you
it going to get
crunchy?
all hard, or should we put it maybe on a like a baking sheet type of thing so we can get smaller pieces?
Oh, I was
Baking
looking
sheet.
for one, but
There's a big dish there, a big white dish.
I don't know. We'll have to look and see. Or we can. How long does that have to cool?
about an hour or 2.
It's a big white dish, yeah.
Well, the freezer will be quicker.
Interesting.
We're gonna have frozen.
I'm all in for fudge. Way better than
There's
the
a big,
conversation.
there's a big white dish, Aiden, over there on top of the fridge. Let's just lay it out so that it becomes a giant fudge cookie.
You cook? Not much.
I cook a lot.
There's a big giant dish above the refrigerator. How big is it?
It's big enough to be recognized.
I'm thinking it's too big. I'm thinking it's like a platter.
Do you cook?
Yes, more. Because I can't wait
It's
to
a
see what
platter.
he
Look how
brings
much
out.
she has.
I don't think it's that much.
No?
She only needs probably like an 8 by 11 or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll see.
That's fine.
Aiden, let me see what you got. An 8 by 11.
Oh, that's...
That one is what he. Please let me show. This is Freddie. This is what Freddie thinks we should put. That's huge.
Okay. I thought you wanted it to be breakable. The
There's
thicker you
this,
make
it's-
that, the harder it's going to be. Thank you. Brittle.
Pizza.
And
What did I say,
then
breakable?
pizza.
You got to be able to break it, no?
I can put it in like 2 separate ones.
Okay, well, I wouldn't do those. That will never harden.
Oh, then.
But okay, listen, I'm going to stay out of it. I don't know.
Either way, we
nothing.
got to wash it. If she uses it, we got to wash that out. All right. All right. So we're going to cook that up and see how it tastes in about an hour or so.
I'm so glad. I'm glad that Helen's here because my future. Oh, I have a question for her today.
Okay.
We got a
Related
lot
to
of
that
questions
deal.
for Helen. She's all dressed in red. Casey, thank you for that cooking segment. Baxter, we miss you.
And for more information, don't call Baxter.
Creator's
call Casey.
Kitchen or Cookie or Creator.
Did you taste the spoon to see if it's delicious? With your finger? Yeah. How is it?
The best.
What could be wrong with condensed milk and chocolate? Oh my gosh.
Can't go wrong.
Right? All right, so we're going to go play Helen's transition, and then we're going to talk to our astrology extraordinaire,
Yeah. Let's set that up.
Cosmic Society in the house. She looks beautiful, doesn't she? We've had Helen Archer of Cosmic Astrology Society joining us because it's Tuesday, and man, do I got a lot of questions for Helen because all of a sudden things kind of went topsy-turvy sideways.
I got questions for her
What
about
the heck
you.
is
what
going
I got.
on, Helen?
Well, first of all, we have that Hurricane Beryl. And as I said in my last show, that the oceans were going to rise up, and that when Jupiter entered Gemini and made that square to Saturn, that we are going to have storms. And this is the earliest they reported that we had such a strong hurricane, and then it was unusual where it formed. So I think we have to be aware, and let's get prepared for the rest of the season, and hopefully we'll all stay safe. And but you know, actually, what happened today? Neptune is going backwards. So now Neptune and Saturn are going backwards, which is a very, very good thing because the energies, they're the malefic planets, and the energies are weakened. However, what happens is we thought that we had problems solved, we thought that we had health issues solved, and now we realize that we're just buying time and that we need to deal with these issues.
So what does that mean? It's better, not better, but now we've got health issues?
So the planets are actually quite good.
Oh, okay.
The planets are good. Today we have the moon in Gemini with Jupiter, so that's good for communicating and networking and broadcasting. and transportation, even though it's very, very busy, we still have the square from Saturn. So we have to stick to moderation. There's maybe 100 things we want to do, but we have to decide which ones we can actually accomplish. So we got to keep it real. We got to keep it easy. We don't want to overload ourselves with details right now, in addition to the fact that the holiday is coming up.
Why do I feel like people's energies are just at this? Maybe it's because of the news and everyone else is in the same place. There's this heightened anxiety of negativity, like this looming, if I'm going to be in a bad mood, I'm going to bring you down with me. What's going on?
Well, the other thing we got to realize is that the Sun and Venus are in Cancer. So Cancer is a sign that, it's positive emotions, it's motherly love, but it can also lead to negative emotions like feeding on negative energy, like fears and phobias and anger and jealousy, and not feeling like you're getting all the attention you need. So we have to, kind of like make those emotions positive and reach out to people with love and forgiveness, and then we'll feel better. But yeah, the stress and the tension is really the Moon and Saturn is a negative aspect, so let's keep it real, let's keep it positive, and let's keep working toward our goal. I mean, that's all we can really do.
I got a question. Negativity is part of the world, and there's good, there's bad. Do we pick out the negative aspects, or does it pick us?
So the planets are orbiting at different rates of speed, and they have different positions in the elliptic of the zodiac, which is the egg-shaped circle that the zodiac signs are in, and then the planets are orbiting in and out of those different spaces in the circle. So what happens is we were born, we had a planetary pattern that's kind of static and frozen in place. That's our life. But the planets are constantly moving, so what happens is, as they move in the current day, they're going to contact within different degrees of distance, like whether it's conjoining, whether it's opposite, whether it's at 90-degree angles. And those rays or magnetic energies that are coming from the planets at those angles in connection with the planets when you were born is impinging on your nervous system.
Impinging?
Impinging, it's hitting you at different angles, impinging on your nervous system and causing you to act.
So the answer is the planets actually impinge us to act the way we react?
Right.
Can we react differently to stop the impingement? I can't even believe I'm talking
They're impinging on
like
my
this.
nervous system.
Once we're aware of the fact of what they're doing,
yeah,
like in your case, Saturn is in your sign, which, is going to make you work a little harder, is going to make you question a little more, but is bringing out your creative abilities and causing you to face reality, which isn't always that pleasant, let's face it, and Pisces likes to run from reality. So it's impinging on you to be a little more negative, it's impinging on you to be a little more suspicious, a little more distrustful, and now that you know that, you can change it. If you don't know it, you're just going along, you're not being compelled, but you're being impelled by the planets to go in a certain direction. But if you know what's impacting you and you know the influences, certainly you can circumvent that. It's, you have free will.
I should have called you yesterday.
So you can actually do something about it. Are you listening here? Are you listening?
Yes. So there's a reason that they're impinging on my nervous system.
Everything impinges on your nervous system. Everything.
Why is
Well,
everything
there's
impinging on
cosmic
my-
particles that are, in the atmosphere and sun rays and everything that, yes, they're impinging on your nervous system because, the nerve endings are on your skin.
For about 47 years, this has been going on. Just got to tell you. But you can't pick and let it defeat you. It's funny because it changes your mindset on how to approach problems, right?
Exactly.
If you
and
give
that's
into it, you're done. If you work it out in your mind so you can work it, so you should be less impingent.
All right, so how do I work through it? Just knowing that this is coming and just breathe through it?
So the Mercury entered Leo today, and Leo and Gemini are positive together. They're outgoing, they're extroverted, they like to entertain. Leo, Mercury in Leo is the boss, is the financier, is the executive, is the king. Leo, rules all those things. So we have a different mindset than when it was in Cancer. In Cancer, it was, our family, our emotions, our fretting, our worrying, but now the Mercury went to Leo, so now we want to take action. We want to get our finances in order. We want to set the stage for our goals to be met. And so it's a positive sign. But like I said, we got to temper it. We got to use it in moderation because Gemini is all over the place. So Leo is a good stabilizing influence. And so we have to choose. Are we going to work on this? Are we going to work on that? Let's not overload ourselves with details because the energy levels with the moon in Gemini and Saturn in Pisces are lowered.
So
this is what I'm going through.
If I'm impingent,
See, Laura, this is exactly my conversation.
But hold on, and then somebody is in a positive stream. Let's say, for instance, an example, which is hard to believe. Let's say she's in a positive stream. Can I get some of that juice to offset my negative? Can I pair it up so that I can give off some of that negative?
You want some ions from the moon
Just take
through
it
me
easy,
back to you?
Yeah, take
You
it
can
easy,
borrow.
'cause
It's like a
with you,
negative positive.
It's an example.
It's a negative.
So, in order for you to pick up on positive vibes, which is at a higher rate of vibration, you need to bring yourself up in order to capture those vibes. The negative thoughts and vibes are a lower vibration.
Right.
So if you're going to humble around in the lower vibrations, you're not going to be able to come up to catch those positive vibes.
But I can physically get myself to that next level, and it doesn't matter when anything happens.
You
no?
can get yourself to the next level by practicing mind control, by practicing relaxation techniques, breathing techniques, and when negative thoughts come into your mind, you cancel them out and let only positive thoughts come in. I mean, it's an exercise, and the more you do it, the easier it is to work off the negative. But, it's a discipline, and you have to use a concentrated effort to do it.
You got this? Are you listening?
100%.
Which now with Mercury in Leo is a sign, a fixed sign. So it is a sign where positive and direction and concentrated effort are positive, are able to be accomplished.
Wow.
She leads us
So
in the
think
right
Leo.
direction. Think
Forget
Leo.
Pisces.
Who's a Leo in here? You're buying ice cream.
I think Michael might be a Leo. I think his birthday's coming up.
Michael, you're a Leo? Mike?
And Matthew.
I'm going to put them at the door. Let nobody pass them.
So now Leo people and also Sagittarius and Aries benefit from Mercury in Leo. They're now moving ahead. Their ideas are going to be more accepted. Their minds are working better. They can think faster. Their mind is clearer. So you need to, accomplish more under this aspect, and you need to take advantage of it.
Interesting.
When's your birthday, Laura?
September 16th. Virgo.
So Virgo, I've been meaning to discuss Virgo because Virgo is the opposite sign to Pisces.
The opposite.
So, the opposite sign. So they're 180 degrees apart. They're alike and they're different. They're both mutable signs, which means they're changeable, they're adaptable, they can put the details together. Virgo has been overwhelmed with details. The work that has been dumped on Virgo in the last year has been really too much. They've tried to accomplish everything. They love to plan things out. Plans do not go as planned. This is what Virgo has to learn. You can't plan everything out. You have to go with the flow. And also, you can't be overcritical. Don't criticize people. It doesn't work. You can have critical analysis, which is your talent, but don't take it to people. So with the Saturn in Pisces over the last year and a half, these things have been wearing on you. You might have had some responsibilities to senior members of your family. You might have had some chronic little ailments that popped up. So all of those things have to be dealt with, and all of those things are zapping your energy. So you have to just work harder to be positive. You have to work harder to be more efficient, which you already are efficient, but there's always room for more. And you have to relax. You have to take time off to relax and not feel guilty about it. So this is the Virgo challenge that has been going on for a while.
You go to Italy.
Does that resonate with you?
Very much so. Yep. Thank you.
And how many cars should the Virgo buy in any one given month?
Year.
How many what?
Year.
Cars?
She went through 3 cars in about 30 days. See, you try, Casey, but now, see, it makes sense.
Well, Jupiter in Gemini rules cars, so expanding your, amount of cars, that makes sense. You have to capitalize on it.
She did. You got a good. It took 5
Well,
but
maybe
she got it
she's
right.
are you into a new business now? You're expanding your goals, expanding your ideas. Well, this is a once in 12-year lucky cycle for all Geminis. And so whatever your niche is, whatever your idea or opportunity is, it'll be good. It'll be successful, and you should grow from it.
See, you and I are opposites.
Now, the only thing I caution you is Mercury is going backwards, which is your ruling planet for Virgo and Gemini. And so when it goes backwards, then things are not as they seem. There's mistakes, like you may have repairs. The repairs are made, then they weren't made correctly. When Mercury goes forward, they have to be redone. So hopefully now is the time to get everything repaired. Now is the time to get everything fixed, because once that Mercury starts in August, then it's not going to work, and you want to be prepared by not having to do any repairs. And that would not be a good time to buy a car, because you're going to miss details, you're going to miss facts, and you're going to get maybe a lemon. So you got to be careful when Mercury goes backwards, and it's also not a good time to travel.
When is that?
August.
That's in August.
How long does it last?
3 weeks.
Wow.
I don't
3
have the
weeks.
exact
Gotta
dates.
clean it up, because you got.
I literally can't travel in August.
You shouldn't even. Don't even walk. Just stand still. Don't travel. Don't move.
You're not going anywhere. I'm traveling in August, so that's why
Well, if you're going to travel in August, then you're going to expect to have delays. So you're going to have contingency plans. And the main thing to do is check your reservations and double check your reservations to make sure that everything is going forward as planned.
Use your phone.
The first 3 weeks of August. Yeah.
You're going away for the first 3 weeks in August?
No, I'm going away the last week of August, but the
Good
first
idea.
yeah.
That works.
Good, right?
That works.
Safe.
No, that's when I'm going away, first week in August. So, see ya.
So the 4th week in August and the 1st week in September are good weeks. But after that, we get to within a week before the eclipse, which is on the 17th. And then weather is unreliable. There's natural disasters. There's weather conditions.
I'm going my first week in September. I'm going to New York. I just decided.
That's good, but like I said,
Before
towards
November
the middle,
comes.
after the 2nd week, we need to be really careful and just be aware of everything. If you're moving during that time, it was time for a change.
Oh, there you go.
Because,
There you go.
situations
Casey, right up your
change
alley.
during those eclipses.
All right, so we got to back up to July, because we got a lot of time between now and then.
Right.
So right where we are now.
What's
Right
going
where
on
we
right
are
now?
now, we've got positive aspects with the sun and Venus coming to the new moon on Friday. So that's good for family. Family makes you proud. Family events for the holidays will be happy. It's time to connect with relatives that you haven't seen for a while and forget about all the past. Because Cancer has a tendency to cling to the past, so we're going to forget about the past and make a new start. And then we've got the Gemini and Leo, which is positive for business and executive abilities and communication. So we're good. But, we have to keep it in moderation, and we have to keep our thoughts positive.
I gotta give you kudos, because you said to me that I was going to run into a big deal. And we were just talking about it before you showed up. And my goodness, what a wallop.
You got a big deal?
But something occurred last week that has derailed it. And we're in the wait and see if they're going to do it now. It was all locked up, ready to go. It was a big deal. And now, because something political happened, now I'm in the wait see. I'm just hoping that by the end of the week, maybe the first part of next week, they'll move forward on the deal that was agreed to.
Well, the Mercury in Cancer, it makes people hesitate, makes people suspicious, or financially it wasn't ready yet, or there's a change of leadership. But anyway, things should work out okay. We are now into the Leo, so people are a lot more enterprising with Mercury in Leo and Jupiter in Gemini. We now have those aspects positive, so hopefully the new moon will start the new deal, which is Friday.
That's what he said, Friday. And this chick is crazy.
She does it all the time. All right, Helen, how do people find you every single time? I look forward to you coming in like we got all these
I'm so
questions.
happy you're here because I'm going to tell you,
See?
I'm ready to shoot somebody in here.
Whole aura has changed now.
Wherever she comes, everything about me changes.
You can call her anytime.
No, it doesn't work that way. I have to wait till she
You
comes
have to
in.
wait till Tuesday.
I got to have that whole spirit thing going on.
So now one thing I want to caution you
Oh,
is,
there it is. The other shoe has
I just want to
dropped.
say, it can move ahead. It's a new moon, so it's like a baby. It's the first step.
That's true. But I
It's the first
anticipated
step,
that.
and so don't give up on it. Just keep going. It'll work out.
Okay. I'll take that. Better than what I've been living through the last 3 days. I'll take that.
You can follow Helen at Cosmic Astrology on Facebook and every Tuesday right here at the Brooklyn Cafe Show. She's available for private readings, private consultations. She'll do your whole chart analysis. And man, have we followed her every step of the way.
And it's been good.
Right, every time there's another speed bump, I'm like, I got to talk to Helen. All right, more to come on the other side of this commercial break. We got a few more segments, and we've got a new guest joining us. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, your family, your business, your peace of mind, you need reliable fire protection. Introducing All Fire Extinguisher Depot, Fire Extinguisher Service. Our certified technicians ensure your extinguishers are always ready to respond to emergencies. Before and after, we leave your fire safety in top-notch condition. Join the many satisfied clients who trust All Fire Extinguisher Depot for fire extinguisher service. Because when it comes to fire safety, there's no compromise. Contact All Fire Extinguisher Depot at 786-704-2750 to get your extinguisher service today. Your safety is our priority. That's at 786-704-2750. All Fire Extinguisher Depot, protecting what matters.
Hey Kaylee, what's up?
Hey, nothing. What's up?
Nothing, just looking for music for Grandpa that I listen to while we're in the car.
What's wrong with listen to now?
Let's just say we have different tastes,
Why don't you try listen to a podcast on Spotify?
Like which one?
The Brooklyn Cafe Studio one is really good.
Okay, I'll try that one out, thanks.
It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought.
Has your heater busted, computer crashed, appliance broken? Then you need ARW Home.
Life's been pretty worry-free since I got coverage with ARW Home. Don't waste thousands of dollars on air conditioning, appliance repair, and replacements. Save that money with ARW Home. Protection plans that cover household appliances, systems, and electronics.
My air conditioning broke on a Sunday. I called ARW, and they came out and fixed it right away.
Get your free quote today. Call or go to arwhome.com now.
Imagine this is your money and someone wants to take it from you. Who is it? The IRS. Guess what? They want your money and they can take it, all of it if they want. Remember, they sent you that letter right over here that said, hey, you owe us a bunch of cash and we're going to take it from you right now. So what do? You fight back by letting our team of experts work it out with the IRS so you can keep your money. And hey, we're good at what we do. When you hire us, you get a team of guys on your side that know the IRS laws, and we'll fight really hard to save your money. So, if you owe the IRS a ton of cash and you want to keep it, call right now and learn for free how we can help you put it back in your pocket. 5 minutes of your time right now can save you thousands of dollars. And the best part, it's a free call. So please call right now.
Attention timeshare owners. This is an urgent consumer alert from the Timeshare Exit Hotline, a national company specializing in helping consumers legally get out of their expensive timeshare contracts. We're offering you a way to legally get rid of your timeshare. So if you're fed up with the maintenance fees that keep on coming and want to learn if you can terminate your timeshare legally and permanently, call today. Call the number on your screen today. It's a free call.
The owners of Amp Media Productions and the Brooklyn Cafe show, Don and Freddie S., are excited to announce the launch of its new nonprofit educational charity, the Amp Media Futures Foundation. This foundation gives college students the tools that they need by providing them hands-on learning experiences in business, marketing, communication, and media creation. To donate or volunteer, contact AMP2 Media Productions by email at info@ampfutures.org.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
On this day in history, July 2nd. The Civil Rights Act was signed by Lyndon B. Johnson in 1964. In 1865, William and Catherine Booth established the Christian Mission, now known as the Salvation Army. The Salvation Army was pivotal in helping Americans with housing and food during both World Wars and the Great Depression. In 1937, Amelia Earhart famously disappeared while attempting to make the first round-the-world flight along the equator. In 1997, Charles J. Gitto shot and attempted to assassinate President James A. Garfield, who eventually succumbed to his injuries months later.
Nice.
Wow. And there you go, this day in history. I forgot to give him the trumpet sounds.
That was nice.
Very nice.
I know 4th of July means a lot to you, so it's nice to see what's leading up to what it is.
It is. I'm going to really enjoy this one. And then my son invited me to Tampa, so I don't know if I'm
You
going
should
to
go. I don't know. Here's what I'm thinking, Pop-Pop. If your grandson invites you to come visit to see the grandchildren, and you're off for the weekend, and it's a car ride away, why wouldn't you go?
Well, your paint is so simplistic.
That's
because
pretty simplistic.
I got to get in a car, and I got to drive for 4 hours.
It's not 4 hours.
Yes, it is. What are you? I'm not racing to go to Tampa.
I don't know. How many hours was it to Italy to see your daughter?
But that's a plane ride.
And?
That's fun.
You're going to go see the Gio
It's
and
a
the baby
car.
and your granddaughter?
Alligator Alley, is mud. And then when you get there, you got to unpack, and then you got to go out to dinner and do that whole thing.
Wow. I'm sure the violins are playing for you. How many people would love to be in your position right now to have the opportunity to go see their grandchildren 3 hours away?
Listen, Lucy, take it easy. Take it easy, Lucy.
Lucy, take it easy.
Take it easy. Cógelo con suave. Take it easy. I said I was invited. He should have invited me earlier before I made plans. Now I'm going to be on Atlantic Avenue, doing what I do. So maybe I'll go.
And he wonders why I get a little spicy. I don't know.
I didn't say
Thank
I
you.
wasn't
He
going.
wonders why I'm like, can't breathe.
You just sound bothered by all the,
Thank you, Helen.
travel, and travel is difficult. Travel is work, but you have to
And
think
his
of it
wife-
with a positive
no,
attitude.
Let me fill in all the blanks. His wife has to work on the weekend, so it's not comfortable. That's number one. Number two, I would love to take the kids out. We got the little girl. We have to make sure that his little girl comfortable. So it's not like me and the guys. Like when we did Father's Day and I hung out with the guys and Baxton came with us, the guys hung out.
Doesn't she have a
That
car
was fun.
seat, the baby?
Yeah.
So doesn't she go in the car? And it's not like snowing.
You're a girl. You don't understand. Guys like to. Anyway.
It's your granddaughter.
we'll see.
It's your granddaughter.
Yeah, I know. Doorknob.
The
It's okay.
baby.
It's all good. She's
the
still
little girl. Your granddaughter.
Father's Day, for 2 nights, she kept me up all night, crying, screaming, ranting, and trying to talk to me. I says, kid, go to sleep.
Wow. And he says it's me, Helen? I don't know. I don't. We'd have a criminal defense attorney in the house.
Yes, and I need
should
one.
You need one.
I need one. I'm being attacked here.
We've got Antonio Racinos joining us. He is a criminal attorney in Coral Springs, and I believe he met Baxton at a networking event.
Oh, the one at the Green Tower.
I think so. So I'm excited that Antonio is joining us, talking about criminal defense. So welcome to the studio.
Thank you very much.
Tell us about your practice of law, your scope of law.
I've been doing criminal defense for about 25 years now. Basically, my clients are usually good people that get in an accident, do something stupid. They're not hardcore felons, you know, they're just regular people, get into something stupid and they need someone to help them so their life's not ruined.
So what constitutes a criminal, you think, hardcore criminal?
You know,
Not
they're still
necessarily?
arresting people for possession of cannabis. I mean, so I tell people, get a medical marijuana card, you know? I mean, they're still arresting people for that. Even though it might be, you know, it's on the ballot for this year for, you know, recreational use. So hopefully it passes. I mean, it's stupid arresting people for having a joint. Literally having a joint in your car and getting arrested for it.
Is that the most common misconception, is it's not a criminal, it can be something as, I want to say as simple as, but right, there's a sliding scale. You think criminals on the same scale as possession of marijuana versus felony?
A lot of things in Florida are criminal. It's scary. And then we have things that are called traffic criminal, which is like having no registration. Like there's, how they do is like when you get a speeding ticket, that's called an infraction. If you're driving without a license, that's called a traffic criminal. And then that goes up to misdemeanor, and that goes up to felony. So that's how the scale is.
Is
So-
expired license considered no license?
I believe it is, yeah. I believe that's a traffic criminal charge.
Yeah,
so,
it is.
Yeah, I mean, it's very serious. I mean, Florida loves to suspend people's licenses here. They love it. They love it for parking tickets, for anything, for not paying a ticket, for even a parking ticket, anything here. Like you get suspended a license here if you don't pay your fees, don't pay attention. A lot of times when the police are lazy and they don't want to arrest you and book you to your court, they'll give you a ticket, which is called an NTA. It's a notice to appear. That's a criminal offense. People do not realize that's a criminal offense. They think it's a ticket. It's an arrest. You just haven't been booked and handcuffed. So you got to treat that as a criminal matter. You know, they'll give it for pot or something minor, or you're not going to flee the state for something, you know. But still, that's a criminal infraction.
That goes on your record?
Yeah, it's a criminal. If you don't show up in court, they will put a capias, which is a arrest warrant for you.
So an NTA, notice to appear, I mean, you have to appear.
Yeah, it's called a notice to appear, literally. Yeah, but the cop's kind of doing you a favor because the other option is to be handcuffed, taken down to the courthouse, booked, sat there overnight, have a hearing in the morning for a bond hearing or release on ROR. So, I mean, you know, you're better to get the NTA than to get booked.
What would be the next process? So someone, I guess, is pulled over or they get an NTA. What's the process of contacting you, contacting whom?
Well, it depends if they're arrested or not, and if they're released or they're put there for a bond hearing. If you're on a bond hearing, you're going to need a bondsman. And I have a really good bondsman, gets people out of jail within a day or so. So if you're locked up, someone's got to sign a bond for you before you get out of jail. Otherwise, you can be there until the trial, which could take a year or two. Imagine being locked up in a court, in a jail for a year or two.
That's nuts.
And the bond system's crazy because if you're poor, you're going to sit in there. And a lot of people will plea out to a crime just because they got time served. Let's say it's a 60-day sentence. They're there for 3 months on something that's maxed at a 60-day sentence.
Wow.
They're going to take a plea. They'll plead guilty just to get out because they've already done the 60 days.
And the system is built that they want to turn things over so you can sign a bad deal just to get out.
Listen, you can legally plead guilty when the court knows you're innocent and everyone knows you're innocent just to end the case. Because if you go to trial and you lose, you could get a lot more time. It could be a lot worse for you. A lot of times people plead guilty just to get out, or like I said, you've been locked up a long time. Your max sentence is 60 or 90 days and you've been locked up 6 months. You're not going to want to fight anymore. You're just going to take a plea just to get out. And people do it all the time, especially poor people.
Wow.
Yeah. The system's rigged for money. If you have money, you can fight anything, you know.
Now, everyone's still appointed, right? They don't have money, they're still appointed an attorney.
That's a public defender. They do a Q&A with the judge. They ask you questions like, do you have a job? How much do you make? And there is a $50 application fee to public defender, so you have to qualify for it. You don't automatically get that. And I believe for the PD, you only get approved if the offense does not include jail time. So the state says, listen, judge, we're not including any jail time here. You're not qualified for PD. It's got to be something we're going to be locked up for it.
So this other thing that you said about someone who's in jail for three months, it may not be 60 days in jail.
Yeah, you'll take a plea to get out because you've already you get what's called time served. You've served 90 days. The max sentence you get is, let's say, 30 or 60 days. What's the point of fighting this and you can't bond out because you're poor? You've already been there 90 days. And the most you're going to get if you lose a trial is, let's say, 60 days. Because it's a misdemeanor, third degree. Why are you going to fight it? I mean, except for your record. You don't want a guilty, a conviction on your record. That's the only reason to fight it. But then you're going to sit in jail for the next 6 months to a year.
How'd you end up being criminal defense?
Pure luck, actually. Yeah.
Lucky you.
You love it.
I mean, I always wanted to be a lawyer since I was 13, but I wanted to be what's called a transactional lawyer, where you sit in an office and do paperwork all day, because I hated public speaking and I was shy. So I had a boss one day, and he's like, you need more trial experience, you need to go. So he got me another job doing criminal law, and they just literally threw me in the courtroom 5 days a week and sink or swim, and I found I loved it. I loved being in court. I love being there. And even now, I want to be in court like 4 or 5 days a week. And I hate sitting in an office. I can't sit in an office 8 hours a day. It just kills me.
Now, I got a question. If you're driving, there's a blind spot and you create an accident, you're merging lanes, but you don't see that car in your blind spot, and this car ends up having a bad accident, somebody dies, and you pull over and you do everything you're supposed to do, can there be charges brought against you for accident?
There can be, but one of the big problems when there's an accident, there's either property damage or injury involved. Leaving the scene of accident is a bigger thing than you staying. It's better to always stay. Because when you leave the scene of accident, now you've taken maybe an infraction and turned it into a criminal matter. So a lot of times, like something like that, you might get a ticket for it, okay? Improper lane change or something. But now when you leave that scene of accident, now it's a felony matter. Now you're talking about jail time.
Gotcha.
So when you get in an accident, stop, call the police, stay there. Whether now if you've been drinking, that's a whole separate matter.
That's a different animal.
That's a whole different animal.
Now, should they call, after you call the police, should they call you so you can instruct them as to what to do?
You should you should talk to an attorney, because I hate to say this, but the police are not your friends, okay? They're not there because they're trying to be nice to you. They'll try to, talk to you like they're your best friend. That, come on, let's just talk about this. We can resolve this. No, they're there to make an arrest. That's how they get promotions. That's how they get stuff. Arrest people, convict them. That's how they move up. Okay, they're not there to help you out. The Supreme Court even said that police are legally allowed to lie to you to get you to confess to a crime, like legally. They can. Let's say they got 2 guys locked up in separate rooms, and they'll come to you and say, "Hey, your buddy told us everything. Right. So you talk to us. Well, we'll cut you a better deal." But your buddy hasn't said a word. But they can do that. They can legally lie to you and tell you stuff like that, and trick you. And the Supreme Court said that's okay.
Wow.
So, yeah. And I always tell people, if you ever watch Law & Order, what's the first thing they say to you? You have the right to remain silent, right? Anything you say can't really be used against you. I say, why do you talk to the police? Well, I thought, no, you weren't thinking. Don't talk to the police. Ask them, am I free to go, or am I being detained? If they say you're not free to go, you're being detained, say, I want to talk to an attorney. End it. And the one lie they always tell, which makes me really angry as an attorney, is, if you're innocent, you don't need a lawyer. You don't need an attorney. You know
That's
what?
not true.
There's a lot of innocent people that have been locked up in jail for years and years and years. If anything, an innocent person needs a lawyer just as much or more than one that's guilty. Because if they put their sights on you and somehow convict you, you're going to jail. You might do some serious time. Everyone needs a lawyer, whether you're innocent, guilty, or not. Especially guilty people. I had a guy once, 70-year-old dentist. He was retired. He went back to work because his son got Lou Gehrig's disease, which is a horrible disease. So he went back to work for his medical bills, to help him pay for his medical bills. The son dies. This is a 70-year-old man. He goes to the Indian casino, has a couple of drinks, pulls out, hits a police car. He's got a DUI. Is this a lifer? No. His son had just passed away. He went, had 2 drinks, 3 drinks, backed out, hit a police car. These are the type of people I represent. He's a good person. He was sad. His son had just died. He had a couple of drinks. He backed in the police car, hit him like 1 mile an hour. It wasn't like there was any injury. Like, these are the people that need representation. It's not people out there like, butchering people, shooting people. Most people are like in that situation, that category. You have a fight with your wife, you start yelling, next thing you know, you're accused of domestic violence, and you're arrested for that,
Well, if you're pulled over for a suspected DUI, do you do the breathalyzer or do you not?
It depends on several factors. 1, do you have any priors? And 2, how drunk are you? If you're really, really drunk and you have no priors, I tell them don't blow, because you're just giving them evidence to convict you. Here's the problem in Florida. They did something years ago, which I don't agree with. They changed the law that if you have priors and you refuse to blow, now you're charged with a second crime, which is called refusal to submit. So crazy, think about that. You know about the O.J. Simpson case, right?
Right.
Let's say, it was a murder, double murder case. Let's say he gets off on those 2 charges like he did, but now he's convicted on refusing to give the knife to the police. Can you imagine that in any other case? That you're convicted for refusing to help the police convict you? Or give them evidence towards you? Now you know why they're allowed to do that, right? It's really simple. Wording. Driving is not a right, driving is a privilege.
Now, when are you considered drunk? When you sit in your car and you turn it on, or you sit in your car?
You can sit in your car with the car on, and you're not driving. As long as the engine's there, you're sitting behind the wheel, they'll convict you. Even though you're saying you're resting, so you better be really careful.
I know somebody who got convicted. Yeah. She was sitting in her car, calling somebody to come get her. Yep. And the reason she was in the car was she had the air on because it was so hot. And the cop came over, and they convicted her for sitting in her car. Right. And I was talking to her on the phone. I was going to go get her.
Possession and control. If you have possession and control of that vehicle, you'll get convicted.
So you could sit in the passenger seat.
I wouldn't even do that.
I'd be outside the damn
car. Don't
get in the car.
I would just sweat outside the car.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even chance it. Even back seat sleeping, they could say, yeah, we saw you in the front seat. I mean, listen, there are some good police officers, but I've dealt with a lot of bad ones. They make up stuff. They lie. I mean, I've caught them lying on the stand in front of a judge in hearings before. I mean, I don't have a high trust factor with police officers.
You work anywhere in the state of Florida?
Mostly the 3 counties here.
All right.
Yeah, mostly Broward, Dade, West Palm Beach. Yeah.
You go on retainer, so someone calls you up?
No one really does a retainer. It's usually the retainer meeting for that case. You're speaking of like a yearly retainer? No, I don't really do those because, people have a hard enough time paying for just their case.
Oh, isn't that incredible? So you don't even definitely qualify for a public defender?
Yeah.
$50 if you qualify.
I've had in the old days where the judge asked the person, do you have cable TV? And she said, if you have cable TV, then you should afford an attorney. I thought that was ridiculous. That since you have cable TV and air conditioning and an apartment, that you're too rich to have a PD. I'm like, what?
But I thought that an attorney has to be assigned to you irregardless. If you
No. You have to apply for the PD, pay a $50 application fee, and then if you meet the criteria, then you're appointed one. It's not automatic.
Really? When I worked for Stackhouse in New York City, I did an internship, and he had a whole stack of cases they gave him. He didn't speak a word of Spanish. I was the only guy who spoke Spanish in New York City.
Well, that's New York. I don't know how it is in New York, but in Florida, you have to apply for it and then qualify, and the judge has to appoint them to you.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's a $50 application fee. I don't know if it's any higher, but that's the way it's been for a long time. Maybe they've raised it, I don't know.
That's amazing.
Incredible. What do you enjoy most about being a criminal defense attorney?
Love going to court.
You love court.
Criminal court, of all the courts, is the most civil. It's the friendliest. Everyone's laid back. All the attorneys are laid back. The judges are laid back. Wow. The attorneys are all nice to each other. I mean, to me, if you do go to any other courts, the family law attorneys are the worst. The civil attorneys are not civil. But the criminal guys are super friendly. It's like a big old fraternity, sorority. Everyone likes each other. Everyone's friends. The judges are nice to us. We're nice to the judges. It's just very, if you've ever been on one, it's very calm, very relaxed. You hardly ever see anyone arguing or yelling unless it's the defendant.
Wow.
Things you never knew, right? You would think it the other way around.
So if you drink this 4th of July, do not get behind the wheel. Uber, have the designated driver. Yeah. And don't think you're smarter than the game.
No, you're not smarter than the cop. He's been trained to lie to you, to trick you. That's his job, to get you to confess or you get convicted. And I tell people, you have the right to remain silent. Shut up. You're not going to out-talk a police officer. They've been doing this for years and years and years. But everyone thinks they're smarter than the cop. Everyone thinks they can talk their way out of an arrest. You're talking your way into an arrest.
You're making it worse.
What do you always tell me? The first thing you say?
You have the right to remain silent. Ask them, am I free to go? If they say no, I need to talk to an attorney. Because if you're not free to go, you're either being detained or you're being arrested. At that point, you need an attorney.
You need an
If they say
attorney.
you're free to go, then go.
Now, there was a guy who was on the radio with me a number of years back. And when they knock on the door, it says license and registration, he used to hold up a sign that he did not have to do that constitutionally. They would take him in, but he didn't have to roll down his windows. That's still a thing?
I don't know, because like I said, driving is a privilege. It's not a right.
There you go.
It's a privilege, and that's how they put all these laws in place that take your license away. Because if it was a right, it'd be harder to take away. But since it's just a privilege, they can take it away from you. So be friendly, be nice, show them your registration, show them your driver's license, try to de-escalate the situation.
Get your medical marijuana card.
And
Yeah. I tell everyone, get them out.
That's me,
Even if you
Stacey.
don't smoke, have it in your car. Let's say a friend comes in a car and your friend's caught with pot. Now they're going, hey, who do it belong to? I'm like, I got a card.
That was my next question. Somebody comes in, they smoke, you're as guilty as the guy in your car, right?
Well, they have to prove that it belongs to. So now they can arrest both of you until one of you flips. That happened to a client of mine where he had been arrested before for marijuana and his cousin had never, so he basically took the hit for him. Even though it was a joint that was like 6 months old in the cigarette lighter, the cop still arrested him for him. So he's like, so the cop literally said to him, I looked you both up, you have priors, he doesn't. If you admit to it, I won't arrest him. So he basically took the hit for his friend. But if he had kept his mouth shut, they couldn't prove who it belonged to. I could have gotten them both off.
If there's a warrant for her arrest and she's in my car, and I know that she was up to no good, something happened, and they pull us over and they arrest her, am I guilty of concealing her and not telling the truth?
If you admit that you know she's...
I would never admit
yeah,
it,
I mean,
but they're going
they'd
to
have
look
to prove it.
that.
I mean,
yeah.
yeah, make them prove it. If you keep your mouth shut, say, I don't know anything about this, you should be okay. Yeah, I mean, that is a big thing. You cannot obscure that license plate. That's a very common thing. A lot of people buy these plastic things and they put over it. Every time I see a car like that, I'm like, you're going to get pulled over.
What about the window tinting?
That too, if it's too dark. There's a
In
certain...
the front and back?
I believe they have coding for all the windows.
All
Because
the
they want to be
windows.
able to see that driver. Because they want to see if you've got a gun, if you're
That's right.
dangerous.
You can see me.
No.
Code the three sides.
Yeah,
Okay.
the driver, they have to be able to see the driver
Okay.
for sure.
They
'Cause
have
he
this,
could be a danger.
They have that thing, that mechanism, they put it on the window that tells you
My
how,
backseat is like
how
really
dark,
How
it,
dark
is.
it is.
And they get you right. Guarantee you, they're gonna look for a reason to pull you over.
Unfortunately, in some cities, a DWB is still a thing. Driving while black. That client I told you about, he's a young African-American. He drives a nice Infiniti. Every time he drives through Coral Springs at night, he gets pulled over. I told him, drive around Coral Springs. They don't like you over there. He's been pulled over 3 or 4 times, and every time they see a young black male with an Infiniti, they think he's a drug dealer. Yeah.
What's the best way for people to reach you and get in touch with you?
I have a website, a phone number, I have cards. Just call me. I'll talk to you.
Phone number?
Phone number?
It's 954-840-0900.
And where's your office located?
I'm in Coral Springs.
Okay.
I'm on University by Westview, near the Sawgrass Expressway.
Wonderful. Wow, a lot of good information. Definitely, it's 4th of July coming up.
Just
That's a big holiday for DUIs.
Be safe.
Stay out of your
just
car.
get out of your. Yeah, don't even get in the car.
And it's funny because I know that they hang out by the bars and
Yeah.
they see you leave the bar and they peg you.
If they
Or
wanted to,
call.
they could stop, hang out at every bar every night and get like 100 DUIs a night, easily. Easily.
All right, contact Antonio Racinos in Coral Springs, 954-840-0900.
Yep, that's it.
0900. All right, we're going to more to come on the other side of this commercial break. Thank you so much for joining us. A lot of good information.
Scary.
We'll be right back. Wow.
Tax audits, tax liens, wage garnishments.
Every day we hear stories like this about good folks who are simply struggling to pay their bills. Each of them are living a frightening IRS tax nightmare, and they are afraid it will destroy their lives.
I'm a divorced single mom, and my ex-husband left me and the kids with a lot of unpaid bills, including unpaid taxes. I was really starting to show my stress on my kids because the IRS had sent me a letter demanding a huge payment from me. I couldn't afford it. So then the IRS was threatening to garnish my wages. I'm already living paycheck to paycheck. That would have put me over the edge financially.
It truly seemed hopeless, but then a friend at work told her to call the tax relief line.
The people at the tax relief line, they told me about something called innocent spouse relief. They worked it out so that all of the taxes from my ex are not my problem. I don't know how that works, and I don't care. All I care about is that I don't owe the IRS a dime, and they are not going to take my paycheck.
Even if it seems hopeless, you should call the number on your screen right now. There is absolutely no cost for the call or the consultation. You are under no obligation. If you are worried that the IRS could garnish your wages, seize your assets, even take your home, call us right now. The Tax Relief Line is here to help you. Now you have a knowledgeable, professional team of tax experts that are ready to negotiate with the IRS and fight for you to save you money. The Tax Relief Line's professionals have successfully negotiated thousands of cases, reducing and sometimes even eliminating the tax debt for their clients. It's very easy to get started. Simply call the number on your screen right now. You don't have to live in fear anymore. The call and the consultation are free. Do you have a car sitting around you want to get rid of? Well, here's a great idea. Donate your car now to help local veterans in your area. Yes, just make one fast call to the Veteran Car Donation Program. Within a few days, we'll come and remove your car for free. You can donate any car in any condition. We'll use our vast network to sell it. The proceeds raised go to help local veterans and their families. And you get a tax deduction. And all you need to do is make this free call. Clean your yard up, get rid of an old car, and help the vets. We make it easy. Make this free call now. Book your fast and easy pickup. Call the Veteran Car Donation Program now.
I am a non-attorney spokesperson representing a team of lawyers who help people that have been injured or wronged. If you've been involved in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or injured at work, you have rights, and you may be entitled to money for your suffering. Don't accept an offer you get from an insurance company until you talk to a lawyer, and we represent some of the best personal injury lawyers you can find. Tough lawyers that will fight to win your case, and they're so good they stake their reputation on it by only getting paid if you win. So if you've been in a serious car, truck, or motorcycle accident or hurt on the job, find out today for free what kind of compensation you may be entitled to. Call the legal helpline right now.
800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. 800-613-3597. That's 800-613-3597.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
Here in this land, we unleash the energy and individual genius of man to a greater extent than has ever been done before. Freedom and the dignity of the individual have been more available and assured here than in any other place on earth. The price for this freedom at times has been high, but we have never been unwilling to pay that price. It is time for us to realize that we're too great a nation to limit ourselves to small dreams. We're not, as some would have us believe, doomed to an inevitable decline. So with all the creative energy at our command, let us begin an era of national renewal. Let us renew our determination, our courage, and our strength. And let us renew our faith and our hope.
They had won their freedom at last.
Kind of cool.
I like that.
Yeah.
Kind of like a modern twist on our democracy.
Well, you know, it's one of them things that we got to do because it's time to do what you got to do.
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Absolutely. Just be safe is all we got to do. Casey, how's that fudge coming? Let's go check the
You
fudge.
want to go check it?
See if
So
it's
we can say
chilled at all.
sayonara from here, from the.
I know, it's going to be definitely a short week. We're here tomorrow at the studio, and then Thursday or Friday, we are taking a long weekend off for everyone to enjoy some time
Well,
with their
apparently I'm
friends and
going
be
to
safe.
Tampa.
Apparently, you're going to Tampa on Saturday.
Lord have mercy.
I don't know. I think that's kind of a gift.
You know, and we have the attorney in the studio, and you know, the drive from here to Tampa is really sketchy. You know what I'm saying? There's every Farmer Brown Joe cop. I told you, I was driving from Tampa. It was 4 o'clock in the morning. It was pitch black. And there's a car behind me. And I can't see if it's a cop. It's dark. There's no lights. And I'm driving. I was going 100 miles an hour. I'll be very honest. So he finally pulls me over. He says, you know, I've been following you for about 15 minutes, driving like a maniac. I said, was that you? You scared me. I didn't know who you were. He didn't have any lights on. No lights, but there was a car back there. He says, oh, did that scare you? I said, yes. His name was Federico Santiago.
Wow.
So he says, today's your lucky day. I go, why? He says, and he points to his name. So he checked my license. He says, just slow down. He says, dude, I'm going to be very honest with you. I didn't know you were a cop. I was nowhere in the world I'm going to drive like that. But I was in the middle of Boonestown. Oh, I'm going to drive to Tampa. It ain't that easy. A little scary at night.
Or in the morning.
Or in the morning. But I got off easy. And he didn't give me a ticket or nothing. I don't know why. Maybe he liked me. I don't know.
I don't know. All right, let's wrap this up. Moral of the story
How's
is
the chocolate?
Be safe. I don't know how the chocolate is.
How's the chocolate?
She's eating something.
Not done yet?
Enough for her to taste it, though.
It-
Look there. She had a cookie.
It's not done. What is it, mushy? No, I had a cookie. The chocolate. Follow the bouncing ball. Is it mushy?
It's not hard yet.
Oh, yeah, a little bit.
That ain't going to be done till tomorrow.
No, I really are.
Okay.
All right, more to come. Antonio, thank you so much for joining us. Helen, always a pleasure. Laura, thank you. I love having you as our new friend. Tinkerbell, I know we miss you, but we've got a great event coming up on July 18th with Silent Victims of Crime, where we're putting our crew together to help bring forward their summer camp with
Yes.
Tinkerbell. So I got to get all that information.
That's in the Miami studio.
That's going to be in our Miami studio. So Laura's going to be there, and I think Frank and a whole lot of our friends will be there. And
We're going to have a
show you that
parranda.
video.
You know what a parranda is?
Party?
Yeah. It's Christmas. Oh, the 12th.
Christmas in July?
Christmas in July, guys. All invited. We're having Christmas in July on the 12th. Wow. Because
That's next Friday.
Yeah. It's okay.
I can't even, it's going way too fast. Apparently it's here.
Yeah, it's here. We're going to have Santa Claus in the house and everything else.
We are?
Yeah, Baxter said he's going to get dressed up.
Okay.
Shh, don't tell the kids.
All right, more to come. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay safe. Be kind to each other. We will see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.